Hold on. There's not supposed to be music. Ooh. 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 Oh, I'm a ghost. I'm invisible. I'm haunting the stream. Hello, everyone. Hi, Cass. Hi, Aizu. Hi, Titanic. Hi, Bucket. Hi, I think that's everyone. Hi, anyone else tuning in now or later. But yeah, hi, hello. It's me. Hi, Ghost. Did I say hi, Ghost? Hi. You're wheezing. Yes, hi. Hello, good evening, happy Halloween. Wow. Where's my music? I gotta start my music again, actually. I knew I was forgetting something. Oh, here it is. There we go. There we go. But yes, it is the week of Halloween. It is October 28th. We are only 3 days away from the scary red velvet. Ooh, red velvet's nice. What if I just have my face up close? I mean, I could do this. I feel like it's slightly obnoxious, but I could do it. I don't know, Chief. I'll have to think about that one a little. But yes, hello. Hi. Good evening. Hello. I don't know why I keep saying hi. But it's like almost like something of a stim at this point. But yeah. Anyway. How are all of you today, this week, etc.? I hope you had a good weekend. You know how it is with me. It's always the weekends are always the worst for some reason. Salem, Massachusetts. So you're not. Oh, hi Oz. Oh yeah, traffic. I still need to put my blue sky handle on this screen actually. Well, I mean it's in the link tree, so if you really want to find it, it's down there. But still, professionalism, something I sorely lack. So yeah, we are. I wanted to do something for Halloween this year, but I can't. Logistically, it cannot happen this year, which is fair enough. Someone did invite me to a thing later this week for Halloween, but it's like a stream thing. But it would have been on the day that I'm already. It would have been on Thursday, you know, a day I'm already streaming, and I didn't want to. Like, it would have specifically been in the afternoon as well, so I'm like, that's like cutting it a little close, especially with my early starts for Tokyo Extreme. But I will be doing something with them next month at some point, I guess. So keep your eyes peeled for that. That could be interesting. But yeah, do you all have Halloween plans this year? You can take a train. Oh, to Massachusetts. Yeah, I haven't been trick-or-treating in so long. I kind of want to go trick-or-treating again. I need to figure out next year I want to trick-or-treat. Hopping in the shower. All right, enjoy shower. And next year, Halloween will be on a Saturday, so I won't have to work either. My wife is working through home alone, no car. Car-dependent infrastructure. Not now. Don't text me now. I just started. You play some figures? Yeah. Hi, Zell. You can sing your thoughts and kind of interesting. Oh, okay. Well, good to see you. You had to double check what day it was, so no. Fair. Beer and Roblox. Huh. That's... You know, that's fair. Fair. it's interesting, like, I'm not really into, like, scary stuff, obviously. Like, anyone who has known me for any length of time knows that I am, like, the single most squeamish, like, not wanting to be scared person out there. But I do want to get into the festive spirit a bit more. Beer and Bobox, yeah. Like, maybe next year, if I'm actually thinking of it by the time October rolls around, I can put a horror game on the docket. Like, even if I have to start it, like, the end of September or something. You know? Like, because I think that was part of the thing. Like, I didn't think of streaming something scary for October, because I was already in the middle of, like, 2 projects that I was actually enjoying. Which, yeah, speaking of which, for those of you not keeping up with the server, I may not be going back to Below Zero, just because I didn't vibe with it as much as I vibed with the first one. Like, the first one was still kind of stressful, yeah, but, like, it I don't know. I don't think it's the characters that make me not like it. I think it's just the way that, like, it's structured compared to the first game. It feels a little more you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I was generally able to find my way around and hit progression targets in the original Subnautica better, whereas I've kind of been, like, flailing around a bit in Below Zero the past few times I've played, and it's not very fun, and I don't think it's very fun to watch either. So, yeah. I mean, I gave it a fair shot, though. I did, what, like 6 or 7 streams of it? Something like that? Maybe even 8? I don't know. I'm gonna be a bit sad when we're done with Tokyo Extreme, but that'll probably be a bit yet. I'm looking forward to more of that on Thursday. This is, like, Tokyo Extreme is, like, the first time in a, like, it... I'm actually enjoying it. Maid Stormtrooper? That's awesome. Yeah, that's, like, actually awesome. Yeah. As for other things, other VTubing related stuff, I did also reach out to an artist today for an idea that I'd been having for a few months, so I'm hoping I will have that soon. Bikini Stormtrooper? It's a little too cursed for my liking. I never really liked the whole... Oh, hi, Rhinebot. I never really liked the whole, like, oh, like, attractive outfit with goofy helmet thing. That has never been my cup of tea. Speaking of cup of tea, I actually don't have one with me right now. Oh, the bikini's over the armor? The armor stays on? I don't know, Chief. That's still a little cursed. Oh, hi, Moya. Yeah. Haven't seen you around in a bit. How you doing? No, I'm not bad-mouthing maids. I was talking about, like, the idea of just wearing, like, a bikini and a stormtrooper helmet. Like, that sort of thing. Or, like, when someone has, like, a bikini and then, like, a dinosaur hat. Not hat. What's the word? Mask, I guess? Like, the full head covering. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The most elaborate Halloween costume I think I ever had was when I was, like, in 1st or 2nd grade. My mom made a Staryu costume for me, and, like, the core crystal was made out of, like, sequins, and we were finding those in the cracks along the sidewalk from home to school for the next, like, couple months. It was wild. I think I still have a picture of it somewhere, which I'm not showing you all, but yeah, I mean, it's like a picture, you know, because, like, from a camera, not like a phone snap kind of thing, you know. I'd have to take a picture of a picture. A Disney cruise? Oh, good luck. I like the idea of a cruise, but also it's very cramped and easy to get sick on them, so I'm like, eh. Patches on. Oh, that's cool, Cass. We love battle jackets. You got sick? Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I have a couple ideas floating around for like future vacation plans, but I don't know. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to actually like do them specifically. You were 14. Wow. Yeah, that must have been nice. I wish I had that. Oh well. Better late than pregnant? I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, like, once I finish Tokyo Extreme, I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna be doing. Like, hi, Tarls. Oh, does Tarls say that a lot? And is that where I got it from? I kind of forgot. Did I just say? I don't know. That was just something I read on the internet a few times. I'm sorry. Oh, maybe I could go back and do some other racing game, like maybe one of the older TXR titles. Absolutely Charles statement. Oh. Dang, yeah. I thought there was something else. Oh wait, that's right. I wanted to do Metroid Prime. I'm debating if I want to do Mass Effect 2 right away. I should probably not wait too long after doing 1 to do 2, like I did with Subnautica. I just, I'm not looking forward to it, chat. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like 3. Oh, hello, Fox. Wow. Hi. Destiny Rising. I'm not really into Destiny, that's why. N64 race. Huh. That's interesting, Moya. What was I could play Crash Bandicoot. I could suffer. Yeah. That's an option. If that Pac-Man World 2 remaster goes on sale, I can also get that and play that again, because Pac-Man World 2 is the one that I actually played as a kid. So like, as far as the remasters go, I'm actually more interested in that than I am in the original. Oh, hold on. Oh, Metroid Prime. Oh, yeah, no, I'm gonna... Hold on. I'm fighting the camera here. I'm gonna play the, Sorry, I always forget the camera controls for some reason. Control left mouse. Why is this hard? Xenoblade Chronicles? Maybe. Play Warcraft with you? If I had half a mind to get into another MMO, sure. But yeah, it'll be the classic Metroid Prime, not the remake. But I do want to play that and show you all, because it is peak. It is genuinely PEAM, as the kids say anymore. P-E-A-M, PEAM. I try to keep up with all the funky new lingo, but I'm kind of sick of there being like 5 new terms to learn every month. Marathon? Oh, OG Marathon? New Prime Hack with traditional... If I can get it working with the original non-Wii version, then yes. If I can figure out how to do that. But I have not yet figured out how to do that. Or if I even can do that. Well, thank you, Moya. I'm glad you like my terminology. 6, 7... Oh yeah, that freaking... The person I work for and some of the other coworkers were talking about it the other day. I'm just like, oh my god, it's breach containment. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I don't want to play the trilogy. I want to play the original. Doesn't the original have like a better VFX for the flamethrower or something specific like that? Like you, I like your funny words, magic girl. Police code memes. What? It's a police code thing? What? You work with elementary schools? Oh. Yeah, no, that sounds miserable. System Shock? Maybe. Maybe. I probably have a couple things laying around I can play. I don't know. I don't know, Chief. I have not played BioShock, no. I think part of the reason that it's a police, no, really. Let me see something here. 6-7 meme. Let's take a look. Originated from the song Doot Doot 6-7 by Skrilla, which became popular in video edits featuring professional basketball players, especially LaMelo Ball, who is, there's no way that's this person's actually name. Actually, wait, there's a, oh, hi Paladin. Thanks for stopping by. What? There's no way this guy's a basketball player and his last name is Ball? That's insane. You're pretty wrong. He is 6'7". Oh, okay. Overtime Elite play. What the heck is Overtime Elite? Oh, it's a basketball league for high schoolers and young adults. Okay, okay. Okay, so it's nothing to do. Wait. Oh yeah, speculated it may refer to 1067, the police radio code to use to notify of a death. This aligns with the previous line's descriptions of gun violence. Skrilla himself has stated, I never put an actual meaning on it and I still would not want to. Interesting. There's a football player. That's an insane, that poor child. That's messed up. Huh. Okay, so it may or may not be related to a police code. Oh well. Not important. It'll be gone in a few weeks anyway, right? Like, that's usually how it goes. I mean, I'm gonna be real. If I ever had, like, 2 kids, I'd probably name them, like, Freedom and Justice because I'm a freaking nerd. But, like, I feel like that's still more respectful than what Aizu said. Xander 3340. You know, it's funny you mentioned 3340 because that's the license plate on my car in Tokyo Extreme, but it's meant as a Yu-Gi-Oh thing. Frida and Justin. You know, just, yeah, like, Freedom and Justice are both names that people have. So, like, it wouldn't be that weird. Like, poor Robin Williams, but Zelda, like, naming your kid Zelda is a little weird, in my opinion. But, you know, I'm not gonna make fun. Just make their middle names Gun. Oh my god, no, no. No, we're not doing that. We're not going that far for the bit. No. Oh, hi, Wraith. Hello. We've just been talking about 6-7 and naming children weird things. Yeah. We'll get to the scary stuff in a bit. I just wanted to chat a little first because it's been a hot minute, you know? I haven't had one of these since, when was the last time? Let me check my thumbnails folder, that'll tell me. Thumbnails, miscellaneous, chatting, sort by date. It's been 2.5 months. And that one was just under 2 months from, was a little under the 2 months from the last one. Yeah, there was I wanted to try doing them like bi-weekly for a bit, and then I just didn't. spooky goth costumes. That could be fun. That could be pretty fun, I must admit. Yeah, and I think, like I said, I think the next Unrace, since you weren't here for it, Metroid Prime is probably going to be my next stream play. So I can't use Prime Hack for this version because I want to play like the original like GameCube version, but I was able to set up a turbo button, so mashing the power beam won't inflict instant RSI flare up. Thank goodness. Metroid Prime, yes. Yes. Has anyone here even watched Beast Wars, the Transformers series? Megatron in that was so good. Like there was like the whole running bit where he'd just be like, yes. And then there was Beast Machines, which was like the edgy cyberpunk sequel, which was fascinating. Both of the shows were kind of trippy, though. Mr. Beast Wars. No! Oh, good one. Good one. Good one. That's pretty good. Yeah. Got a color? Okay. Oh, welcome back from your shower. I admit I'm kind of like, I feel for the past couple years I've just felt like I've been steadily running out of things to stream. Your grandpa died in the Mr. Beast Wars. No. Like, I want to keep streaming, it's just hard. Like, it's hard coming up with streams, and it's hard coming up with social media posts. And it's like, I just worry, you know? I feel like I'm washed. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I posted this on Twitter the other day. It's like, you know, when I think about how I've been around for like almost 5 years, it makes sense. Like, it makes sense that like you don't usually see. It's funny because like VTubers, I feel like you don't really see VTubers going for more than like 5 years. But then like facecam streamers can just do one thing for like 20 years and just keep doing it. And I'm just like, how? You don't call me the laundry? Oh, thank you. And I'm not trying to like farm for sympathy points or anything either. It's just like how I feel. I won't get too depressive. This is supposed to be a festive stream. I'm supposed to be festive. I'm supposed to be festive. I'm not supposed to be depresso. Hold on. Freaking Rassim. There we go. Go to drink. I don't know about that one, Chief. Play the stuff I want to play? Well, the thing is, like, there's stuff like Yakuza, which is like, Yakuza was compelling. I can't stream it, though. Like, I don't do well with, like, expressing myself. And also, like, streaming a game like that is hard because I'm going to end up forgetting story beats because I'm not focused on the game properly, you know? I'm talking to chat and all of that stuff. And that's not chat's fault. That's just how streaming is sometimes. You liked my Yakuza streams? I'm glad. And I know some of y'all did. I do feel bad that I canned it for now, but I just can't. Bah. It's just a comfort thing. Like, I do want to play more of it. I just don't think I could stream more of it is the thing. I hear my voice. A pre-roll update? Maybe. Tommy Ballsy. Oh, well, I'm glad y'all did like them, though. That does help alleviate some of my concerns. It's just weird because like I'm like a streamer. Like I'm supposed to be like engaging and talking, but when I'm just like sitting there watching like 80% of it and like barely saying anything or just like going like uh-huh and like what am I, Asmongold? Like I want to be more than that is what it comes down to. Hi, Array. It's like movie time. I guess so. I guess it is like movie time. I hadn't thought of it like that. I don't know. True, Aizu. I can always pause and speak my mind. That is, yeah. Some people do this. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, obviously, like, I don't want to be like that was one thing that bugged me. There was this one Let's Player I used to watch a lot of, and I watched him play. I forget what game it was now, but I remember watching him play, and he was just like, he just like started like cracking quips in the middle of like a very serious like cutscene where like a character's mother died at the start of a story. And I admit, even as someone who liked watching that guy, I was a little off put by that. I'm like, don't do that when it's like a super serious moment, you know? The streamer chat draws a bunch of Tommies. How would that work? That's interesting, but how would that work? Like, if I could figure out how to make that work, that could be maybe something. I guess isn't there like a site where you can have like a shared like whiteboard type thing to draw on? I don't remember. Sorry, I just saw I just saw a ping on Discord. I wanted to double check that it wasn't anything important. Art submission? Yeah. Yeah, that could honestly be something to like consider for the future though. I just have to like remember and then not forget before this stream is even over to look into it. There's one person I know who could have told me about it, but I can't. Complicated, don't want to get into it. Point is, I can't realistically, I'd have to just like Google shared whiteboard browser or something like that and try to figure out what it is. Cheeto. Hi, Kita. Hi, good to see you. Hi, hello. How are you doing? We're just talking about random vaguely VTuber stuff, vaguely VTubing related stuff before we start reading spooky stories. Oh, hello, Komakuru. I'm sorry, if you've been around, as you can see, YouTube names are a little broken right now, so if your name was something else and you were here before, sorry, you'll have to, yeah. The Battlefield update's 38 gigs? That's crazy. Just to add a stupid battle royale. I'm sick of battle royales. Wow. What? What? I'm sorry. What is that profile pic? Hold on. Let me pull chat onto my primary. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, right. I know who you are. Right. Hello. I'm sorry. You've changed your name several times since we've met. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, like I've tried battle royales. What always ends up happening with battle royales is like I'll drop somewhere I'll kill like the one or two other people. There'll be like one or two other people that land with me, and then here's let me walk you through Tommy's battle royale flowchart. I drop somewhere, and I either drop alone, or I drop with like a couple other people. If I drop with a couple other people, usually what'll happen is I will kill one and then die to the other, or have to run from the other, or just like otherwise disengage. And then I will spend the next like 10 minutes roaming and looting and keeping up with the circle. And then I will run into exactly one person who has like insane gear, and I'll just die. And that's usually how it goes. Or like I'll survive up, or like I'll drop completely alone. I'll survive up until like top 10 or even top 5, and then I'll die. Or I'll be playing duos or trios or quads with a group, and I will die, and they will win without me. And it's just like, it's not fun. It's not fun. I know it's a skill issue, but like, I don't know how to fix it. You drop somewhere, oh. The bodies are never... A new Wario Land would go hard. Yeah, I try to ambush people, but the problem is like people tend to get the jump on me. Oh yeah, the Tetris 99 style battle royale might be more my speed, maybe. Or like that F-Zero one. Oh yeah, the RNG of the battle royale sucks too. Like, oh look, I've got like a green assault rifle and they got the freaking gold pump. What do I do about that? It's like a... Oh, hello, Christian. Hi, it's been a hot minute. What's good? We're chatting for a bit. We're gonna read some scary stories later, or stories that we hope are scary. No one gets to jump on you unless they third party you. I see. Yeah, exactly, Wraith. Exactly. There. Rory, hello. Wow. Several people. Oh, thanks for stopping in, Clanka. Hi, Rory. How you doing? Happy, Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday over there. F-Zero99. Mid-2025? Yeah. 2025 in general has not been the greatest, but we ball, we move. Oh, good luck with your appointment, Rory. Hopefully it goes smoothly. Yeah, I never did try F-Zero99, but it seemed neat from, like, I watched people play a bit of it. Yeah, I think 2025's been rough for a bunch of people. It's understandable, but we'll get through it. Like, that's always what I have to, like, I have to remind myself of this every so often. It's like, the human race has survived devastating plagues and disasters, and like every time we've crawled out of it. This too shall pass, you know? 20th anniversary of the end of the Continental War. Oh wait, Ace Combat? Wait, I didn't remember you were an Ace Combat fan. Hell yeah. I hope that's the Continental War you're talking about. I'm gonna feel really silly if it's not. Yeah, you can send it, Zell. I'll look. I can look later. That's right. Oh, sick. Yeah, I need to play an Ace Combat game again. I need to get stuff set up to play PS1 games, and then I can play like Ace Combat 2 or something, or 3, 2 and 3 even. I don't know if I want to play the original Air Combat. That might be a little too old for me. Or that. Well. Oh, I seem to remember the last couple times I don't know. I'm sorry. It's been a bit, but I'm glad to see you again. I'm glad to see so many people here today. Makes me really happy. Oh, that's how you found. Oh, okay. I think I remember now. My bad. Your ancestors going nuts over you eating a whole pizza. They'd love an extra cheesy pepperoni. Wow. I don't know if I'd have bacon on a pizza. Pizza's greasy enough, like, so that it is, especially if you get pepperoni. Like, I like Supremes, but I always have to dap them with a paper towel a bit. I'm sorry, Ghost. My condolences. That is really rough. I don't know what my ancestors would think, honestly. I don't really know a lot about my ancestors, because most of them are from another country. But, you're angry about your flesh. Oh, I'm glad you got a laugh out of it. Yeah, I should look into, like, I should play Ace Combat 2 one of these times. That's what I should do. I want to do that. I gotta put that on the list and, like, actually remember to do it. Especially since I do have RetroArch, so, like, 19th and 26th right now. Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, that was not too long ago. Dang. Yeah, it always stuck out to me that, it's an Ace Combat 5 final mission on, like, Christmas Eve. It was either Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. I can't remember. I just know it was, like, at the end of the year, and I always thought that was pretty cool. Oh, right. Ace Combat 7 DLC. Those missions were great. The learning curve for those missions after having played the base campaign was kind of crazy, because, like, the DLC missions are so much harder. Nowadays, I can do them without thinking too hard about it, but the first several times, it was pretty rough. Especially Mission 2 in particular. Like, the score attack ones are always kind of brutal. Spanish noble origins. That's huge, if true, actually. White mystery? Interesting. Apparently, allegedly. That's fair. I mean, I don't know. I made a bit of a grammar gaffe yesterday too on Blue Sky. I had the freaking what did I say? I said like I grew up with thing followed by as a kid. Like, yeah, you grew up with it as a kid. Yeah, of course you did. Like 31% Lithuanian. I should get an ancestry test someday, maybe. I don't know. Sending my DNA off to a random company sounds weird, though. Well, not random company, but you know what I mean. Hello, Hatanashi, hello. GTA 4 DLC? Oh! Sometimes I forget there are GTA games that aren't 5. Like, 5 seems like actually no, I guess people talk about San Andreas a decent amount too. But, like, nobody talks about the first 3, it feels like. Doesn't help that usually the gold attack helicopter, that's extra as heck. Let me check something quick. Oh. I am opening a couple tabs in the meantime. Vice City. I mean, fair. I don't know enough to dispute that. I just don't ever hear anyone talk about Vice City. Like, it feels like whenever people talk about GTA, it's 5, and then sometimes San Andreas. That's all I meant. I'm sorry. Oh. Dang, that story was removed by moderator for some reason. That's unfortunate. You're studying the lore of the... Honestly, fair. I didn't think about that, but yeah, I guess you would probably need to catch up just with how long it's been. I wonder what other games will come out before GTA 6. You grew up with San Andreas, tried to run forward from a disc box on old HP. Missing textures, oh geez. Yeah, that's a little... Oh, the anti-piracy? Maybe. Oh, maybe, yeah. Fortnite 2? Yeah. Oh man, some of these sound interesting, but then it's like, oh, part 3 or part 5. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't really feel like digging up the first, like, 3 parts, you know? Yeah, I'm just, update 3, part 6. You got an alert, someone did a background check? Oh, it's just your bank? I see, I see. That's fair, Reinbach, that's fair. I still think it's funny if you look at, like... Part 3, Part 5, 10 to 1 and say, really? Well, the subreddit does have a r/nosleep does have a rule against AI generated stories. So I don't know. I'm not saying that's like, you know, bulletproof. I'm just saying, like, I feel like these have been around a lot, or like long enough that would have been, that they could have been deleted, maybe? I don't know. What was I gonna look up again? Oh right, Rockstar. Because it's really funny when you look at like their, not their discography, but like when you look at the games that they've made, it's like almost everything on it, it felt like, maybe I'm wrong, but it felt like almost everything on it was either a GTA game or like something that has GTA like mechanics in it. Like, honestly, props to them for being good at making, for like knowing what they're good at and sticking to it. But it is pretty funny. Because they used to be Angel Studios, right? Yeah, Rockstar San Diego used to be Angel Studios, and they made the Midtown Madness games that I grew up with. Yeah, I need to play a Midnight Club game one of these days. I guess it could be another thing that I could stream in the future, maybe. I would say Midtown Madness, but that would be a pain in the rumpus to get working, and I don't really know. It doesn't have a lot of content. I think I'd maybe get like 1 stream out of it. Maybe 2 if I get like hard walled by something. But like, most of the fun that I had in Midtown Madness 2 was just doing cruise mode with modded cars, like a Lamborghini Diablo or like a VW bus with monster truck tires. Part 35? There's no way there's there's no way there's 35 parts of this. What the heck? Man. I mean, props for being able to... I wish I could write 35 parts of a story, but like... Yeah, part 35. Yeah, I ain't reading all that. Played Vice City for the first time last year, but couldn't get far because the disc stopped working. Los Angeles backwards compatible with the Xbox. Okay, well, I don't have an Xbox console, unfortunately. I don't have any Xbox. I've never had an Xbox. Okay, hold on. That one could be funny. Alright. Alright. I have a couple stories ready here. What do you say, chat? Do you say we start reading now that we've settled in a bit? 30 more lore things. I guess. I can't even make one more of those right now. Alright, hold on. I need to find something. Here's what I need to do, chat. I need to swap this out for something. I need to double check which one of these was this one, right? Hold on. Let me double check one thing with the okay, I'm just gonna mute my audio output real quick so you don't hear me checking to see if this is the right song. I had a bit of foresight there. Let's see. Is it this one? Midtown Madness 3 was an Xbox exclusive. 1 and 2 were on PC. That's how I played them. Okay, that is in fact the right one. Okay, cool. All right. We're gonna see. We're gonna eject the CD here on our music player, and we're gonna put in the spooky. Here we go. Let's try it. Yeah, we'll try that. How's that? Can everyone hear it? Can everyone hear it? Yeah. Yeah, I played the PC versions of the first 2 Midtown Madness games. That's why I could never play Midtown Madness 3, because I wanted to play 3, but we never had an Xbox. Bad manner. Oh. You hear something? Yeah. Well, I changed the background music. Alright. Your time. I guess I don't know if I should... Did I screen share the subreddit last time? I don't remember. It's been 2 years since I've done this. Alright, well... Hold on, I'm gonna take a sippy.
Oh, I did?
Alright, well, in that case, let me see here. Let me just remove some of these old browser sources that I'm not using anymore. Or not browser sources, but sources. That's probably not going to be used again. Okay. Well, you came back from work, so I'll try to... Oh, that's fair. I hope work wasn't too bad for you. You have to run? Alright, Oz. Good luck with whatever you gotta run to. Don't trip! Okay. Let's see. It's from browser. Oh wait, no, that's not right. I don't want to browser capture. What I want to do is I want to window capture. Oh, cool, it defaulted. It defaulted to it. Cool. Alright, let's get this out of my face. There we go. We'll have it over here. Just in the background. While I don't really feel like moving... Actually, how legible is that? Should I move my model and then just, like, make it bigger? Should I do that? What do we think, chat? It looks a little small to me, but I'm also looking at this on the OBS preview and not, like, the actual stream. If you want me to make it more properly legible, I mean, I probably should. I probably just should. Okay, all right. Hold on. Let me scoot over. And someone just poked in my door for a second. Yeah, it looks small. Okay. Hold on. Let me I'm gonna widen it a bit, maybe. That'll help too. Well, no, he says it. I guess it can cover my chatting screen a bit. Sure, why not? And then Alright, let's try that. Let me... Okay. Alright. Let's see. I found a list of instructions on how to survive the entity. The entity was me. I had to reread the title a few times until I finally believed what I was reading. Yup, that was my name, alright. I retrieved a Diet Mountain Dew from my mini fridge, letting the tasty bubbles glide down my throat as I scrolled lower down the page. My dorm room lights were off, and my laptop screen provided the only reprieve from the all-encompassing darkness. Let me scroll over real quick. I just need to make sure turn the music down slightly. I'm gonna try not to talk as loud so I don't wear my voice out as quickly. It was a normal Friday night. My random dorm mate, Ethan, was probably at some seedy bar, passing off his fake ID and trying to talk to women. Thank God he wasn't more successful, or else I would have had to endure the same number of... exiles? That my only real friend Oscar had to... What does that mean? What? Oscar's roommate had a long-term girlfriend, and they weren't very understanding towards Oscar, kicking him out at least once a week. I pushed for him to talk to Residential Life, but he promised me they wouldn't do anything about it. Yeah, I don't know, Wraith. I looked back at my screen. I spent a lot of Friday nights scrolling this site, losing myself in all the fun and scary stories people made up. This article, though, was different. It had only been uploaded a few hours ago, and it was talking about a new deadly entity. Me. Born in 2007, this entity is classified as highly erratic and dangerous, with several confirmed kills as well as numerous other suspected deaths. If one wishes to avoid certain danger, the following steps must be followed. 1. Do not look into its eyes. His pupils dilate when he's curious, releasing a pheromone that makes it tempting to stare. Warning, his eyes may not always be in the same place on his face. 2. If you hear a rattle on click, he is near. Play dead. You must have your face pointing towards the sky, eyes closed. If you are inside, do everything in your power to get outside before it's too late. 3. If your arm hair follicles dig deeper into your skin, he is flying overhead. It will feel extremely uncomfortable, maybe even painful, depending on how hairy your arms are. But this is a natural evolutionary reaction for survival. It might be wise to trim some of your arm hair, but it would be a mistake to trim them all as you will lose this line of defense. 4. The screen went white. Site no longer found. I blinked down at my screen in disgust. Was this some sort of weird joke? Some creative project? Some sort of Chrome extension that changed the name and year for whoever's reading the article? Was one of my friends from high school playing some stupid prank? I pressed refresh at least 5 times. I tried a different browser. I tried my phone. No success. My phone buzzed to life, a phone call from Oscar. I went and turned on my light, a little too paranoid to still be chilling in the dark. Hello? I croaked. Yo, dude, you down to smoke? Emmett and his girlfriend already took over the room. I hesitate before answering. Ugh. Oscar? Yeah, what's up, bro? Do you mind looking something up for me really fast? Why can't you look it up? It's not working on my phone or laptop. Not sure if it'll be any different, but I guess I could check something out. Thanks, bro. Can you look up... I told him the name of the site. He had me spell it out for him. Sorry, Wyatt. Wyatt? Yeah, sorry, Wyatt. He responded. The site won't load on my phone either. What is that site even? Sounds weird. I'll tell you about it later. Want to meet up at our usual spot? See you there, he replied before hanging up. I grabbed a coat. We went to school together in Washington, and it got a little chilly this time of year. I was still a little on edge from the website, but figured I would have a lot of that edge melt away in about 30 minutes when I saw Oscar. I debated siphoning off of some of Ethan's vodka in a water bottle, but decided against it. I think he was still suspicious the last time I did that. Oscar and I found a nice patch of woods that weren't monitored during our first months on campus. It was only around 15 minutes from my dorm and just under 20 from Oscar's. I popped in some AirPods and strolled over to the— No, don't put in the AirPods! Trying to find a logical explanation for the website. Ultimately, I decided it wasn't worth the stress as I arrived at our spot, an area dimly lit by a few streetlights, but still giving us our anonymity. Hey, I just got to the spot, I texted Oscar. I sat on the grass, refreshing the site with still no look. luck, when I heard feet shuffling nearby. Oscar? I asked aloud. There was no response as I heard it getting louder. Who's there? I saw Oscar's red curls push into my field of vision. He was shaking, but gave a sympathetic smile. Sorry about that, were you trying to find me? He replied, plopping down on the grass next to me. You got the stuff? I asked, maybe a little too eagerly, boarding on impatiently. What was with that website earlier? Oscar said abruptly. I felt my face blushing. I can tell you all about it while we smoke. I forced out a chuckle. I think we should check it again, right? There was no humor in Oscar's voice. We definitely can, later. I mean, we have all night. My heart started beating more rapidly. Hi, Audiri. We're reading stories on r/no sleep. I did this 2 years ago. Let's just check it now, Oscar commanded. At that moment, I realized he didn't seem to have come with his usual backpack of supplies. I anxiously reached for my phone and reloaded the site. What does it say now? He inquired with a grin. The site seemed to have come back to life. I started to speak aloud. 4. Never ask a question. You can only ask questions. Speak in definitive statements when speaking to the entity. My left arm began to twitch, itchy at first, until I suddenly felt a sharp pain spraying deep into my skin. Ah! I cried out, soothing my arm with my other hand. Are you okay? Oscar's eyes twinkled as he dipped his head closer. I'm fine, it's just... I rubbed my arm. I looked down at my skin. I couldn't see my hair, but it felt like needles were pricking my arm. I looked back down at my screen. If your arm hair follicles dig deeper into your skin, he's flying overhead. I looked up in a panic. Then I heard it. A rattle and a click. I don't know how I would emulate those sounds with my mouth. Oscar, play dead, close your eyes, just play dead, close your eyes, I said in a frantic panic. You are acting weird, don't you think? I didn't care what he thought. I rolled over on my stomach, forcing my eyes shut, not moving a muscle. I felt my lip trembling. Oscar, don't ask any questions. We can't ask any questions. I peeked out with one eye towards him. He was still sitting upright, looking at me with confusion. I heard something stomping nearby. Oscar, please, for the love of God, just do what I say. Hey, who are you? Oscar asked. Another rattle and another click. Don't you recognize me? The voice felt familiar, something I only heard in videos of myself or voice memos. Your eyes, Oscar replied before I heard a rush of intense breathing. I heard something on the thud on the ground. I lay there motionless for 5 minutes as the stomping seemed to circle our patch before I didn't hear any more noises. I peeked towards where Oscar had been. He was gone. Oscar, I can't see you, I whisper shouted. I carefully crept up to my feet, pulling out my phone to finish the article. 5. If a friend disappears with the entity near, the entity has grabbed them. They will still appear. Do not trust them, do not reason with them, do not contact the police. Return home within an hour, and if it... The article cut off, not because of the site crash this time, just the article literally stopped. I looked out into the forest. I saw Oscar about 50 feet away, his face basked in the light. His head was jolted to the side, eyes rolled up towards the sky, mouth open. His hands were held out straight to the side as if he were being crucified on a cross. I took a few paces backwards from him as I saw his whole body start to shake. His jaw began to unhinge, stretching wider than any human mouth should open. A gray arm suddenly pushed out from between his teeth, fingers splaying as they gripped the corner of his mouth from the inside. The flesh of his cheeks pulled taut, straining like rubber about to snap. But it didn't snap, it just kept stretching. Another arm thrust out, this one gripping his lower jaw, wrenching it down further. His mouth yawned open impossibly wide, face distorting as the skin around his lips and cheeks stretched paper thin, almost translucent. Then a head emerged, pale gray, bulbous, with eyes that didn't belong in any socket I recognized. It pushed through his gaping mouth, and as it did, his entire face stretched around it like a latex mask being pulled over a balloon. His body began to collapse inward, deflating. What? His arms and torso seemed to fold and compress as the entity pulled itself free, using his stretched skin like a discarded costume. It was peeling off from the inside. The body crumpled to the ground in a heap of loose, empty flesh. Boneless, flattened, like clothes left on the forest floor. The gray skin faded into the same orangish pale as mine. The entity sprouted raven black hair, the unique trait my mom would use to spot me in a crowd of people. In the half second before I looked away and sprinted, it was clear. That was me. But it was wrong. The site said I had an hour, but I made it back to my dorm faster than ever before. It was probably chasing me. I didn't bother looking back. I heard my voice flowing behind me. Can't you just turn around? Don't you want to meet? When I got back to the dorm, I nearly barreled over people in the hallway. I didn't care what they thought of me. I had to get back. I ripped open my dorm door before slamming it shut. Ethan was sitting on his bed, a Miller Lite in hand. Dude, what's wrong with you? He slurred out. I didn't bother to answer. I raced over to my laptop, clicked refresh, and scrolled down to the author. I clicked his profile and typed out, "Your article stopped. The entity has my name. It got my friend. It's chased me. How do I escape it?" I prayed for a response as Ethan continued to ramble on with questions. My heart kept pounding as tears began to well up in my eyes. Not. My eyes shot towards the door. I looked over at Ethan as he slowly turned his body and rose to his feet. "Ethan, don't answer that door!" I screamed. He looked at me in confusion as he took a sloppy step forward. "I swear to God, Ethan, you answer that door, we're both gonna die." Ethan hesitated before flopping back into his bed. Knock. Ethan looked longingly at the door. I did too. Even though I knew what monster was waiting behind it, something in me needed to open it. Ethan shot back up and rushed towards the door. I tackled him, easily overpowering him in his drunken stupor. I heard something in the hallway stomp away. "Stop being free. What's wrong with you?" he asked as I sat over him. I heard my laptop ding. I forced him up and shoved him back into his bed. The author had responded. "If it knocks, let it in. It will knock twice, 2 times. Listen to your instincts. Answer the door. If you ignore him and do not answer, he will find another way in." I stared at the screen, my stomach dropping. I had wanted to open it. Every fiber of my being had screamed to open it. But I hadn't. Something scratched inside the wall. Wow. Yeah, that was a little weird. Is there a second post? Is there a second part? Wait, what do you mean this user's name is free V-Bucks for Christmas? He's in the goddamn walls, basically, yeah. Well, that's terrifying. But also, yeah, the descriptions were really silly, like... And again, as soon as I saw the word boneless, I just... I am too meme poisoned, unfortunately. I don't know. Yeah, that one was a little weird. I have several others, as you can see by all the tabs open. What do you think, chat? Do we want to read another, or do we want to just chill for a bit? Yeah, Cell? What's up? Wall was a hypertext, yeah. His skin flopped to the floor like boneless pizza. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there might have been another part, but you want to just chill? Okay, so we have 1 vote for each. But we can take a couple moments to talk about before we start the next one, I guess. Yeah, that was kind of just like a classic Skinwalker story for the most part, wasn't it? It just, you know, with a modern twist, you know? I do want to read another in a bit here, but yeah, maybe not dedicate the whole stream to this. Which means I'm gonna have to pick and choose which one I read next. I know we had a late start, but because this is a chatting stream, we're probably not gonna go as long anyway, just because that's how, like, I usually... Like, my chatting streams are usually shorter because my voice wears out faster. Because I'm talking the whole time instead of just part of the time. You hate that you somehow felt it was gonna divulge in it? Did call it? Wait, what do you mean? Yeah. Yeah, call it as in, like, you know... Call it a day, I guess. Actually, yeah, I guess that is probably where it came from, huh? Like, you know, you call it a day when you're done. I'm feeling a little nauseous for not eating much. Oh no! Is it too late for you to get a snack? You should, if you're able to get a little something something, you should, even if it's not a lot. Call it on being. Oh! I guess, yeah, no, you did call it. Good perception there. Yeah, I do kind of want to read this next one, admittedly, but we can just vibe for it. I should do more Yu-Gi-Oh stuff in my server too. I'm sorry I haven't done any lately. I just haven't. I haven't really felt like it. You shouldn't have listened to the story because it did make you look. I'm sorry. Yeah, like, I did have the thought that, like, maybe I should, like, skim these stories first. Before deciding to read them on stream. I just, you know, like, it kind of, like, it might slightly, like, ruin the surprise for, like, I kind of want to be surprised by it on stream with all of you, but, yeah. Yeah, we'll hold off for now. I can just, not your fault. Okay. Yeah, I'll hide the window for now. I can just unhide it later. It's fine. I can scoop myself back over for now. Where is my source? There we go. Digital skinwalkers. I mean, there are those, like, Twitter accounts. You gotta call it. Okay, go rest well. Get some food in you if you can, or water or something. I hope you feel better. I really appreciate you tuning in. Get some good rest, okay? What was I saying? Yeah, I mean, there are those, like, Twitter accounts that, like, impersonate people, but they don't really do anything other than just, like, copy your name, right? Like, I don't think they... I'm trying to... Like, boost. Thank you! Thank you. I always forget to do the funny YouTuber thing and ask for likes, because it'll help. It'll help get the algorithm or whatever. Yeah. I feel like a schmuck asking with, like, any sort of self-promotion. But ironic, like it's kind of frustrating, like, running my social media, because it's like whenever I go through a period of having trouble thinking of things to post other than stream related stuff, I feel like a schmuck, because I feel like I'm just becoming what I don't want to be, the, like, person who only posts about their streams. You know what I mean? Like, I do want to, like, interact with people more. I'm working on it. I'm getting better about, like, replying to random stuff, even if I don't, like, retweet it or repost it or whatever. Consider the following? What's the following? 50-50 chances. Oh, I don't like that. That's not good. Oh, I still have the spooky music on. Oh, it's fine. I guess I can go back and read another story real quick. And pull up my, here we are. The other 50 would just be you messing with me. Oh. Alright. This one might be a little sad on top of being creepy. Just going off of this sales pitch, I guess. My dying mother promised her guardian angel would protect me. I've seen it now, and I don't think it's an angel. My mother died 2 months ago. It wasn't a tragedy in the sudden, shocking sense. It was a long, slow, quiet fading. Cancer. We had years to prepare, but you're never really prepared. The last week was spent in a sterile, beige-colored hospice room that smelled of bleach and quiet finality. Oh, hi, Northie! I sat by her bed, holding her thin, papery hand, just watching her breathe. She was at peace with it. That was the strangest, most difficult part. While I was a tangled, screaming knot of grief and anticipatory loss, she was serene. On her last day, when her breathing was shallow and her voice was a dry, rustling whisper, she pulled me close. Her eyes, which had been cloudy and distant, were suddenly crystal clear. "Don't be sad, my love," she whispered, a faint, tired smile on her lips. "I'm not afraid. I've never been afraid. He's always been with me." Who, Mom? Who, Mom? I asked, my voice thick with tears. "My guardian," she said, her gaze shifting to a point just over my shoulder. "My protector. He was a gift from my own mother when she passed. He's kept me safe my whole life. He's never let any real harm come to me." I didn't know what to say. My mother had always been a little spiritual in a vague, non-denominational way. I just assumed it was the morphine talking, a final comforting delusion. I squeezed her hand. "When I go," she continued, her eyes locking back onto mine with a startling intensity, "he will pass to you. He has to. He needs someone to watch over. You will be safe now, always." "Mom, don't talk like that," I choked out. I'm sorry, if I try to get too hard into the crying voice, I think I'm actually going to start crying reading this. "You won't believe me at first," she said, ignoring, her voice gaining a strange final strength. "But you'll know. There will be 10 marks, 10 signs after I'm gone. When you've seen the 10th, you'll know he's with you. And then you will see him." She recited the marks to me then, her voice a low, rhythmic chant. "A coin returned, a silent bell, a path cleared, a saved fall, a warning unheard, a fear answered, a scent of the old earth, a touch of cold fur, a voice not your own, and finally, a gaze returned." She finished, and a deep, peaceful sigh escaped her lips. She closed her eyes, and a few hours later, she was gone. The funeral was a blur. The weeks that followed were a suffocating fog of grief and paperwork. I was just going through the motions, a ghost in my own life. I'd completely forgotten her strange final words. They were just the ramblings of a dying woman, a final, beautiful, meaningless piece of poetry. Then the first mark appeared. I was at the grocery store, fumbling for my keys in the parking lot, and a quarter slipped through my fingers, clattering onto the dark, wet asphalt. It was late, raining. I looked for a minute, but it was gone, probably rolled under the car. I sighed, wrote it off, and drove home. When I got to my apartment and emptied my pockets onto the dresser, there it was, sitting right in the center of my pile of keys and wallet. A single, dry, gleaming quarter. I stared at it. It was impossible. My pockets had been empty. But my grieving mind immediately supplied a dozen rational explanations. I must have had another one. I must have picked it up without realizing. I dismissed it, but a tiny, cold seed of unease had been planted. A coin returned. A week later, the second mark. I was walking home from work, taking my usual route past an old decommissioned church. As I passed its silent stone bell tower, I heard it. A single clear, resonant bong of a great bell echoing through the quiet afternoon air. I looked up. The tower was still. The great bell was motionless, no birds flew out, no one else on the street seemed to have noticed. An auditory hallucination, I told myself. Stress and grief do strange things to your mind. A silent bell. The third mark came a few days after that. My work building is old, and the maintenance staff is constantly doing repairs. I was heading to the break room, but the hallway was blocked by a huge wheeled cart full of tools and equipment, left there by a worker who was nowhere in sight. I sighed, annoyed, and turned to go the long way around. I got to the end of the hall, turned the corner, then realized I'd forgotten my wallet at the desk. I turned back, but the hall was empty. The massive cart was gone. The whole process had taken less than 30 seconds. There was no way anyone else could have moved it that fast. It had just vanished. Path cleared. I wasn't just uneasy anymore, I was starting to get scared. These could not just be coincidences. They were too specific, too perfectly aligned with my mother's strange prophecy. I started to feel like I was a character in a story that someone else was writing. Of course, you had to throw that one in there. And I started to feel like I was being watched. It was a constant low-grade prickling sensation on the back of my neck. I'd be in my apartment and I'd feel a sudden intense pressure as if someone had just walked into the room. I'd spin around, my heart pounding, but there was never anyone there. I started seeing things, too. Flickers of movement at the very edge of my... Wait a minute. No. Chat. We had something like this in our D&D campaign. No. Bad news bears. Don't like that. Do not like. No. Flickers of movement at the very edge of my vision. A shadow in a doorway that was a little too tall, a little too dark. When I turned to look, it'd be gone. Mark number 4 appeared a week later. I was clumsy with grief, not paying attention. I was walking down... Oh, there was an SCP like that, too? Okay, that makes sense. I was walking down the stairs to my apartment's lobby. I missed a step, and I pitched forward. I remember the sickening, weightless lurch, the flash of the hard tile floor rushing up to meet me. I braced for the impact, for the crack of bone, but it never came. I just stopped, a foot from the ground, suspended in midair for a split second, as if an invisible, powerful hand had caught me by the chest. Then I was set down, gently, on my feet. I stood there, trembling, in the empty, silent stairwell. A saved fall. Yeah, pause button. Yeah, she basically subjected us to, like, some, like, eldritch entity, more or less. It was like this shadow demon type thing that, did not like being thought about. As a bit of a oversimplification, but... Let me take a sip real quick before I keep reading. Hold on. Oh, fun. Yeah. It's dead now, though, thankfully. Mercifully. Info hazard? Yeah, it was like a cognito hazard, basically. The 5th and 6th marks came in quick succession, like a 1-2 punch from this invisible force that was now ordering my life. I was about to get on an elevator at a shopping mall when I felt a sudden, inexplicable wave of pure dread. A silent internal scream telling me, "Do not get in." I hesitated and let the doors close without me. A moment later, the lights on the floor indicator went dark, and a loud, grinding screech echoed down the elevator shaft, followed by the distant sound of the alarm bell ringing. A warning unheard. That same evening, I was walking home through the park. A large, barking dog, off its leash, came bounding towards me, its teeth bared. I froze, a jolt of pure primal fear shooting through me. The dog was a foot away, ready to leap when it suddenly stopped. It let out a high-pitched, terrified yelp, tucked its tail between its legs, and fled, as if it had seen something standing right behind me. A fear answered. I was 6 marks in, and my life was no longer my own. I was being guided, protected, manipulated by an unseen, unknowable force. The feeling of being watched was a certainty now. I began to see it more clearly, though never directly. In the reflection... Oh god, oh! In the reflection of my dark TV screen, I'd see a shape standing in the room behind me. It was tall, stooped like an old man, with arms that were too long, their hands almost touching the floor. In the reflection of a shop window as I walked by, I'd see it. A dark, hulking shape, following a few paces behind me, always keeping to the shadows. The 7th and 8th marks brought it closer. Yeah, rip their hold on life. He's gonna start making chocolate pudding at 4 in the morning. Brought it closer, from a visual presence to a physical one. I started to notice a strange smell in my apartment that would come and go without reason. It was a heavy, musky animal scent. The smell of damp, rich earth and something else. Something like wet fur. A scent of the old earth. One night, I was lying in bed, the lights on, my nerves a raw, jangled mess. I was drifting in that gray space before sleep when I felt something brush against my outstretched hand. It was coarse, bristly feeling, like touching a thick, wiry animal pelt. I snatched my hand back with a choked cry, my heart exploding in my chest. I was alone in the room, there was nothing there. A touch of cold fur. I was 9 marks in. The terror was a constant companion now. I knew the 10th mark was coming, and I knew that with it would come the final terrible reveal. I didn't know what I was more afraid of, the waiting or the seeing. The 9th mark came last night. I had finally managed to fall into a fitful, exhausted sleep. I was woken up but by a voice. A low, guttural, wet sound. Terrible, yeah. A low, guttural, wet sound whispered directly into my ear. It wasn't a language I knew, but I felt the meaning of the sound in my bones. It was a word that meant mine. A voice not your own. I spent the rest of the night huddled in a corner of my living room, clutching a baseball bat, watching the shadows, waiting for the dawn. Tonight I knew it would end, the final mark. I sat on my couch, the TV off, all the lights in my apartment blazing. The feeling of the presence in the room was overwhelming. It was a physical pressure, a thickness in the air. The musky animal scent was overpowering. I could feel it just there, in the dark hallway that led to my bedroom. Waiting. I don't know what came over me. Maybe it was a year of grief. Maybe it was weeks of mounting terror. But I was done being scared. I was done being the victim in this ghost story. I needed to see it. I needed to face it. Okay, I said, my voice shaking, defiant whisper to the empty air. I know you're here. Show yourself. The air in the hallway seemed to shimmer, to darken. A shape began to resolve itself out of the gloom. At first it was the familiar, stooped silhouette of an old man. It was tall, maybe 7 feet, even with its hunched posture. His arms were long and gnarled. No, his arms were long, the gnarled, 3-jointed fingers of its hands brushing against the floorboards. His body was covered in thick, matted, greasy black fur. And then, it lifted its head, and I saw its face. Now I'm a believer. Sorry, I'm sorry, I had to. Where were we? It wasn't a man's face. It was the long, narrow, bearded head of a goat. His horns were thick and curved, spiraling back from its narrow skull. But the worst part, the part that finally completely broke my mind, was its eyes. Oh, hello, Tail Earnhardt. Good to see you. It's been a hot minute. They weren't the dumb, placid eyes of a farm animal. They were a pair of intelligent, ancient, and utterly malevolent yellow eyes, the pupils horizontal slits like a serpent's, and they were looking at me, and they were looking directly at me. A gaze returned. The 10th mark, the final sign, my mother's guardian angel. I didn't scream. The sound was trapped in my throat, a solid, immovable ball of pure terror. We just stared at each other for an eternity across the 20 feet of my brightly lit living room. And in its ancient yellow eyes, I saw it. The same serene, peaceful, knowing look my mother had on her face when she died. It is my protector, my guardian. It has been with me, a silent, unseen shadow, for the past 2 months. It cleared the path for me, it saved me from the fall, it frightened away the dog. And now that I've seen it, it no longer feels the need to hide. I'm writing this now from my desk. The sun has come up, but has brought no comfort, because it's still here. It's standing in the corner of my room by the door, its stooped, hairy form a black hole in the morning light. It hasn't moved, it just watches. My mother's final words echo in my head. I've never been afraid. He's always been with me. What do I do? How do you escape a guardian angel? How do you run from a protector that will never ever let any harm to you, but whose very presence is a fate worse than death? Wow, chat. That was a cool story. I thought that was pretty good, actually. That I don't read enough of these to know if these are like, if this is like predictable in any capacity, but that was cool as hell. At the point Rocket, yeah, Rocket. And yeah, I appreciate you stopping in, Tail. I've been seeing a lot of, I've been happy, I've been seeing a lot of people stopping in that I haven't seen in a while, and it makes me happy. I really appreciate it. The mom just owned that? Yeah. Don't be mean to think. Yeah, no. Like, they'll get used to it. The writer will get used to it, I think. They're gonna be fine. Send me the story? Sure. Let me pop it. You know, I'm gonna pop it over. I'm gonna pop it over in book club. I think that counts for book club. It's a short story that someone else outside the server wrote. Good nay. Well, see ya, Tail. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to be going too much longer, because like I said, chatting streams, I tend to not have as much stamina in me. But yeah, no, that was really good. That was compelling. That, you know, there weren't any, like, silly descriptions or anything, either. What do you do? Gosh, anything you want. You can't be hurt. Yeah. I do, oh, jeez. I like how everyone in the comments is on board with this, too. They're like, hey, wait, where can I get one? Alright. I think 2 is enough, right? Those were decently... decently lengthy stories. I'm gonna switch the music back, also. Yeah, this one, right? This was the one. Deja vu. Oh, maybe 0 out of 10. They were boneless. Oh yeah, yeah. The boneless thing was still a little weird. Yeah, maybe the goat just needs a shower. Maybe that's why he's smelly. But you know, honestly, like, as scary, like, as like kind of terrifying as that might have been to like meet it, like, once you realize it's got that like same serene gaze that your own mother looked at you with, like, I think that's a good sign, right? Like, it's not, there's no malicious intent in those eyes. I don't know. But that was still really cool. Like, see, that's the, like, that, honestly, like, yeah, you guys, yeah, you gotta stand, give him a name. Like, how do I put this? I mean, yeah, it would still be a little creepy, but, like, I think that would be like a, okay, hey, maybe this won't be so bad kind of thing. I'd also be a little embarrassed that I would have to perceive all of my quirks and neuroses in real time constantly. That is one thing that's like, you know, if heaven in the traditional sense exists, it's like, oh, great, my ancestors are watching me get mad at video games. That's a little embarrassing. It's bad enough when chat has to watch me get mad. Allow new, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was a lot better than the first one, though. You going to get a third chair for the go? He seems content to just stand. The same demon, but does not retain memories between... Maybe. I mean, it's possible, I guess. But yeah, that... Like, I don't mind, like, a bit of... Ow. I don't mind a bit of, like, psychological horror. Like, atmospheric horror like that is different than, like, I don't like gory horror. I don't like slasher films. I don't like Skinwalker crawling out of boneless skin suit kind of horror. That's not really my kind of vibe. Like, I'm too squeamish for that. You know what I mean? Cosmic Horde, yeah. Skinwalkers, that's fair. Yeah, no, they're a little scary. I can understand being afraid of those. You're skeptical of all psychological feels worse than monster. Yeah, that's fair. Like I said, I'm just squeamish. You're skeptical of all supernatural things. You do not mess with skinwalkers. Yeah. Yeah, that's... yeah. But, like, you will not catch me watching a horror movie. I refuse. I vehemently refuse. Yeah, my voice is starting to feel a little worn. I don't want to push it too hard, so I am probs gonna call it for the day shortly, even though it's only been an hour and a half. I mean, my chatting streams are usually a little shorter, right? Like, we talked about that earlier. John Carpenter's The Thing. I am not watching The Thing. You would have to pay me an exorbitant sum to watch The Thing. And even then, I'm gonna be, like, hiding my eyes for, like, half of it. Let's see, let me pull up my schedule real quick. But here's the thing. I feel better watching... You feel better watching horror movies with others because you probably pause a lot on your own? Yeah, that's fair. With a group, it's probably easier. Don't... Stop trying to... Stop trying to steal my eyes, Northy. Stop it. I'm getting the bat. But anyway, yeah, schedule. So, yeah. So Thursday, more Tokyo Extreme. We get to use my pretty new Skyline and go race a bunch of dudes. And then Saturday afternoon, more Pokemon with Taros. Pretty straightforward stuff. Hopefully I can mix it up a bit kind of soon for y'all, because I know I can't just keep doing the same things for like months at a time, right? Like I could keep it fresh, you know? But not that kind of bat, silly Billy. But either way, yeah. Well, thank you all. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all had fun hanging out with me. This is like the closest to Halloween festivity that I'm gonna get this year, unfortunately. And I really appreciate the company for it. So yeah, we'll be back with more Tokyo Extreme on Thursday. I'm really excited to play more of that. Until then, I hope you all have a lovely evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this. And yeah, if you are interested and not already in my Discord, there is a link in the description in the link tree. You don't have to, it's just there if you want to. But yeah. Good night, aviators. Bye-bye.